Discover the 10 best foods that can assist in the recovery of your pancreas. This vital organ plays a key role in both digestion and sugar metabolism. Restoring a damaged pancreas is notably more intricate than repairing the liver, as the liver boasts exceptional regenerative capabilities. It can easily regenerate, and the pancreas, well, it's pretty much the opposite. It's quite small, tucked away behind the stomach, and it can develop insidious diseases like pancreatic cancer or even chronic pancreatitis. In this video, however, we're still going to look at 10 foods that have a very high healing potential for the pancreas, and as always, we'll review some studies. Yes, the role of the pancreas is quite unique because it has this dual function. It secretes enzymes important for the digestion of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. And on the other hand, it produces two hormones. First, there's insulin, the important one you're already familiar with, which lowers blood sugar, and glucagon, which raises it. Of course, it's problematic when chronic or acute pancreatitis occurs because both organ systems within one organ can be damaged. Common signs of such pancreatic disease are simply abdominal pain after eating, when you can no longer digest properly than when parts of food are not fully digested, appearing chunky in the stool, then symptoms of food poisoning simply when you feel really sick, when the abdomen swells. Then we have the classic stinky and greasy stool with undigested food particles. And when fat digestion isn't working properly, then the stool just looks greasy and the fats are not absorbed. That's a typical sign that the pancreas isn't functioning properly. And then there's impaired glucose tolerance, meaning blood sugar levels can get very high. And the problem is simply that lifestyle and diet, fatty foods, fast food, alcohol consumption, and so on, as well as stress, can eventually lead to our pancreas becoming ill. How can we test for that? Essentially, any general practitioner tests the pancreas as part of what people call a comprehensive blood panel. So there are two values, one for amylase and one for lipase. We can also use sonography to take a closer look. And as mentioned, protecting this organ should really be of great value to us. Pumpkin is one of the most beneficial foods for the pancreas and the liver. Why is that so? It's because they are rich in polysaccharides. Research has demonstrated that these compounds can effectively regenerate pancreatic cells in diabetic rabbits. This was initially validated through animal trials, paving the way for subsequent investigations that confirm the significant benefits of pumpkins. What makes them so advantageous? They contain many enzymes, they contain many minerals, they also contain many antioxidants, and most importantly, they contain carotenoids. These carotenoids reduce inflammation and prevent cell death. Moreover, there are foods that are detrimental to the pancreas, and pumpkin does not contain substances that irritate the pancreas in any way. Additionally, pumpkin has a very high fiber content, which is also beneficial for healthy pancreatic function. Our next food item is Jerusalem artichoke, and you might know it from diet shakes, which often contain inulin. Inulin is a fiber that is good for our gut bacteria and has another benefit. It makes you feel full very quickly. That's why many diet products utilize this inulin. However, it does have a downside. Some people can't tolerate inulin at all. A mere pinch can cause severe abdominal pain. But, as mentioned, it's often a component of diet drinks. It can also have a positive effect on the pancreas. Even the juice from Jerusalem artichokes can be beneficial for pancreatic diseases. Studies have been conducted regarding diabetes and arteriosclerosis, showing it can have very positive effects. And then there's something similar. Konjac, that's also a food, a vegetable known as devil's tongue. And this konjac powder is having a bit of a revival. It keeps the blood sugar levels nicely low, and it's used to make noodles and rice-like mixtures. But there was an interesting study where a mixture of konjac and Jerusalem artichoke was fed to diabetic rats and mice, leading to a significant reduction in triglyceride levels as well as blood sugar levels, and the obesity of these rats decreased. So very, very interesting. We're also a bit in blood sugar control and partly in the diet market, but these substances also have a very good effect on the pancreas. Moving on to blueberries. And blueberries are very, very important for people who have issues with the pancreas and diabetes. They lower blood sugar levels. They also stimulate the digestive function of the pancreas. They are packed with vitamin C and vitamin E. And it's the blue color that really makes blueberries stand out. Why? Because they contain anthocyanins, myrtilin or delphinidin. Additionally, quinic acids and tannic acids play a particularly significant role in these blueberries, all contributing to the control of blood sugar levels. These are simply bioactive compounds that have such a positive effect that they improve insulin sensitivity, meaning the effectiveness of insulin, particularly through blueberries. Moreover, blueberries slightly delay the absorption of carbohydrates, especially wild blueberries, which are rich in fiber and thus lead to a slow rise in blood sugar when we consume them. And then, as I mentioned, the support of insulin production. There are also studies showing that certain compounds in these blueberries can dock onto the beta cells of the pancreas and can promote insulin production there, thus contributing to a more efficient glucose utilization. Additionally, blueberries have a positive impact on the feeling of fullness, making them quite effective for weight control and blood sugar management in the diet and meal plan. Our next food item is very popular. It's about turmeric because turmeric has anti-inflammatory properties, and what many don't know, turmeric also stimulates the production of insulin and prevents the onset of diabetes as well as the formation of gallstones. There was a study that looked into the effects of turmeric on the glucose balance, where they used a watery turmeric extract and measured whether it could enhance insulin secretion, and indeed it was positive. This was demonstrated in mouse tissue, showing that the pancreas was stimulated. However, there is a negative aspect of turmeric that most people aren't aware of because they simply overlook it. Turmeric is also often used for immune system disorders or for conditions like rheumatism, such as autoimmune diseases, for example. And what many people don't know is that turmeric can actually interfere with the immune system, especially in chronic immune diseases, chronic infections. We often talk about the Th1, Th2 shift. This refers to the ratio of white blood cells, the T helper cells. And I must caution you, if you have an autoimmune disease, then you should test whether and how turmeric affects this balance, because I've often had patients who just took turmeric without realizing that it could further disrupt their immune balance. So be mindful if you're taking turmeric and suffering from autoimmune diseases. It only affects those people. Others can, of course, consume turmeric without any issues. Who isn't familiar with red grapes and their important world-famous component resveratrol, a powerful antioxidant that protects our cells from free radicals? Imagine free radicals like meteorites aiming for Earth, and the hero resveratrol steps in to catch them all. Additionally, resveratrol can protect the blood vessels. It also protects against inflammation, and there's an interesting study from 2021. It demonstrated that resveratrol has effective therapeutic properties for capturing the cytokine storm in acute pancreatitis. It acts like a buffer that can tame this cytokine storm, and the consensus is now leaning towards it being a potential treatment for acute pancreatitis in the future. Additionally, in cases of acute pancreatitis, we use a substance dearly valued in naturopathy, namely procaine. Procaine infusions can be administered. Procaine is actually a substance used for numbing the skin, a local anesthetic, but we also use it through procaine-based infusions for conditions like fibromyalgia or other types of pain. Yet it still finds use in conventional medicine, in intensive care units. Procaine continues to be used in some hospitals around the world to help with acute pancreatitis. A major issue with the pancreas is also its digestive performance when it's weak, and there are people who must take enzymes for protein, fat and carbohydrate digestion their entire lives. We doctors know it, and so do the people, that they are simply dependent on these enzymes. But there's another thing the pancreas loves, and that's bitter substances like those from arugula, artichokes, anise, fennel, chamomile, all these things, or even an espresso after a meal, which can stimulate those digestive juices. I have colleagues, think about it, he feels he must drink a whiskey before eating, a very seasoned doctor, but he's found that it works best for him. So bitters are always right and important for pancreatic diseases. Brown seaweeds contain fucoidan, which is a very interesting food for the pancreas. Fucoidan is a special polysaccharide found primarily in these brown seaweeds and also in wakame seaweed. In many Asian countries, it's part of the daily diet and is also used in traditional Chinese medicine. It's found in the cell walls of these seaweed plants, protecting them from external factors. Therapeutically, it has been observed that fasting blood glucose levels, serum insulin, and glycated protein are significantly reduced by it. This means there's an improvement in insulin sensitivity and also in blood sugar levels after eating. Garlic has strong antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects and contains several bioactive molecules with cancer-fighting properties. The main active ingredient is allicin, which many of you may have heard of, and allicin can also have a cancer-inhibiting influence. We'll take a look at how this works in a moment. Epidemiological studies have shown that, for example, liver cancer, esophageal cancer, pancreatic cancer, and biliary tract cancer, IGAISA, are mitigated by the effects of garlic. And back in 1960, it was observed when garlic extract was injected into the abdominal cavity of mice that had been inoculated with tumor cells. Here it was seen that this had a cancer-fighting effect, and additionally, it's noted that garlic extracts can actively push cancer cells towards cell death. Certainly additional research is required, but numerous comprehensive reviews have already delved into the relationship between garlic and its potential in protecting against cancer. It's important to note that garlic must be consumed raw or in the form of an allicin extract to maximize its effectiveness. Citrus fruits play a role in boosting the production of digestive enzymes in the pancreas, thereby promoting overall health. They are rich in fiber, pectin, and vitamin C. Recent research from 2020 revealed that limonoids present in citrus fruits can inhibit tumor growth in the pancreas. Furthermore, various meta-analyses indicate that citrus fruits can significantly reduce the progression of esophageal cancer by modulating the cytokine storm and pro-inflammatory cytokines, ultimately helping to regulate the immune system. Green leafy vegetables like spinach, kale, or Swiss chard are incredibly healthy, packed with antioxidants, lots of vitamin K, and can help prevent damage to the pancreas. Particularly interesting is a substance called kaempferol, a flavonoid found in kale, which can actually inhibit the growth of pancreatic cancer cells. And these green vegetables are just loaded with essential nutrients: vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin K, copper, manganese, iron, things like that. Spinach is also very rich in these nutrients, and the advantage is if we combine this with garlic or citrus fruits, we create a real nutrient powerhouse. Please participate in early detection measures, which are super important for other types of cancer as well, so that pancreatic cancer can be detected and treated in its early stages. And I really urge you to share this video, because many people suffer from pancreatic issues and don't know that diet can influence these conditions. Thanks for watching. As I said, share the video. Thanks to my channel members who make this channel possible. See you at the next live stream, and see you soon.